Hey everybody, what's going on? Alan here. Welcome back to the Gibson Garage YouTube channel. We are back on the sable, and this time we're going to be on top of doing all the front suspension. We're going to be doing the rack and pinion as well. The front suspension is going to be a separate video from this. While I have everything out, I thought I'd make a video on how to uninstall and reinstall the rack and pinion too. So the first thing I want to do is get inside and disconnect the steering column from the rack and pinion by removing these 3 bolts, I believe. This metal boot, is it metal? No, it's just really shiny rubber. So we'll remove the boot and then hopefully expose the pinch bolt in there. So these are 7/16. And the pinch bolt way down in there is a 10. That was interesting. I thought it was stripping. Okay, that bolt's out. And that just slides right up. Alright, so behind the intake hose here, there's a bolt, an 8mm bolt, holding on the bracket for one of the lines. I'm going to zip that off first. This might look a little janky, but it just might work too. There's too much junk in the way. I was able to get my hand down there and do it by hand. Well, that's very interesting. This hose is hecka loose. I can see fluid squirting all around it. It's crazy. Alright, I was able to get a wrench in here through the wheel well on the driver's side. But I was only able to just break it free. I don't know about being able to turn it any more than that. So now that it's broke loose, I can get in from another angle with a short small crescent wrench and take it the rest of the way out. Alright, make sure you catch your mess. Now we can break this other one loose with the right wrench. Now to get to the driver or the passenger side bolt here, mounting bolt for the rack and pinion, got to drop this part of the exhaust down and set it aside, which is not a problem. Now we can get to that bolt right there. I put a 22mm wrench on top of the bolt, up on top of the rack. I don't know if you guys can kind of see it or not. But that's going to hold that still while I twist off this 24mm nut down here. I don't think I needed to hold that bolt up top. Didn't need to hold that one. Oh, and those are they part of the rack? That's interesting. It's actually a little guy. A little bit of wiggling around and finagling's a little tight, but I didn't have to cut any bolts or remove the subframe, so that's good. And it's a major mess, of course, so if I'd have thought it through, I probably would have, you know, vacuumed out the whole system as much as I could to avoid the mess and the dripping all over me. And okay, this might be a little trickier because it's got the tie rods on it, but it might not because the bolts aren't in it. So this we'll just see how we do here. Okay, it's too heavy, I gotta crawl underneath. There we go. Oh, that's weird. So we'll just let the nuts suck these bolts down. Hopefully it'll suck them down and not just make them spin in their place. They do have those splines on them, so hopefully that'll work. Guess we'll find out here in a minute. It's working! Yes. Yes. I put the fresh rings that came on here. If we can get them down there. Yeah. Thread them all the way down. There we go. This is going to be hard. Okay, so I'm going to take a measurement actually to here. Before I took a measurement to the end of the nut, but the new nut I have is a lot skinnier. So my new measurement is that one line just before the 4. 2 lines before the 4. Yeah, that'll get us roughed in. And the tie rod seems to be the same length, so that's good. But the nut, like I said, is a lot skinnier. Let's see. Alright, now back inside we reconnect the steering column, but it looks like I've got to maneuver this thing a little bit on the outside, see if I can get that seated a little better. Oh, there we go. That was easy, actually. I didn't realize this whole thing came off from the inside as well. That's sitting on there perfect. Nice. It seems to be in about the same position as it was. Cool. Put the bolt back in. Okay. Slide this cover back down. Slide it over the studs. Put the 3 nuts back on. One of mine stayed in the boot there, so that's pretty cool. Remember that pinch bolt was a 10 and these are 7/16. Hook the exhaust back up now. Gotcha. Tighten the bolts up on it. Oh, forgot this one. You got to sneak back just a hair. There we go. And that's going to be it for the rack and pinion video, and stay tuned for my other videos. I haven't decided if I'm going to put this out first or the video of the whole suspension first, but check both out if you're interested, or you have a, you know, this era Tracer, no, what is it? Mercury Sable or Ford Taurus, right? So check out my videos. Please like, please subscribe. And please hit that super thanks button down below so we can get some concrete poured in the back. I can put a lift in and I don't have to be on the ground anymore. Until next time, peace.